Okay, guys, I'm going to go to Ask Scruff. Now, this question is kind of subjective, and some people mightn't like the answer. In fact, a lot of people will not like the answer. I had a conversation today with a guy who certainly didn't like what I was saying to him, because I was telling him straight, dealing on minute charts and looking to do this in about a week is a waste of time. It's going to take you at least a year to 3 years to get your head round it. And all they were interested in was the in and getting money. And then when I said you're wasting your time, well, I don't think they were too happy. But I was right. And I'd rather tell them that you're wasting your time than them lose a lot of money. I know I get hated for it, but I would rather that than somebody get hurt. But anyway, what are we getting at? Let's flick this over. It's actually about trigger candles. So if I just pull the Discord into view, there's Little Hobbit. Little salute to you. You have made me so proud over the last couple of months. You generally have. Leaps and bounds, and to see you making money is outstanding. It really is outstanding. So let's get this down into the Ask Scruff. So it's a little salute to Dex as well. Everything you needed there is in this video here in the modules, okay? We'll discuss this a lot more when we are live, simply because you've got to be able to read it in real time, okay? But you're not a million miles away with what you're after, but the scoring point is in here. The question that I'm looking for is this one from Michael, okay? So it's salute to you, kid. Hope you're doing good and all that walking is going well. I'm out every day and I'm on my mission. Exercise for all people. Exercise for old people. Didn't read that bit, you cheeky little git. I'm not old. I'm not old at all. In fact, here, I'll show you something. Well, I am old, actually. There's a couple of things. Let me get something on here. Bear with me. I'm not technical. Right. I've got a fitness app, right? But look, Winky loves this bit, right? Muscle rate, excellent. Because that's what's called muscular fat. Well, she actually calls me other things as well, but no, my muscle rate is good, and that's just my mouth. But the bit that isn't so good is this bit here, and this bit ain't good. And it's kind of why the doctor's not very happy with this, right? Metabolic age is 64. 64, boys and girls, which is awful. But I'm actually also on this thing here, and this is why I'm doing it, because I'm on the scale. It says I'm dangerous. And what's that for? Heading for a fucking heart attack. But never mind. I'm still doing this 20 hours a day. And if you don't believe me, you start messaging me and you see how often I answer. Nah, but I do about 16, 18 hours a day, roughly, give or take. And how do I get to that figure? Easy. Start at 6 and I finish at 11 o'clock at night. So, what's going on here, right? My question is about trigger candles. I understand when it crosses and closes above a fib or below, depending on your direction. It's trigger on a 15, providing it's the hour anchors in play. But would you use the trigger candle on a 15-minute for anything else? I know SNR zones, and because it might be a bad idea, pump and dump, red boxes, golden eye. Sorry for the word. It's not a bad question. Now, first of all, might help if you understand what a trigger candle is. Let's just take this chart for argument's sake. Okay. Basic chart. It's marked up fully. Standard indicators, etc., etc. Now, if you're looking at this from a narrative of normality, you would say, oh, okay, the RSI here is massively overbought, therefore it's going to sell, so I'm only going to look for sells. Well, the thing's just been trucking. And it's been trucking from this morning. And now that gap is something to pay attention to as well. A lot of people get really frightened with the gaps. But if you actually look at the narrative of this chart from here, sort of 7 o'clock this morning, this whole narrative on the Bollinger Band is to the upper side. The moving average is to the upper side. The general direction is to the upper side. So why would you sell it? Go with the general direction. Very, very simple point. So where's the trigger candle in this? Well, let me just take the drawings and indicators off, and I shall show you. Where's the trigger candle here? Well, you mentioned a 15-minute. It's good. It's a good chart to monitor to enter a market. There it is, right there. Oh, that one's vexed you. I'll just get a coffee while that one sinks in, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. Any of them are trigger candles. Any single one of them. So you can use a trigger candle wherever you like. The question is, have you got a narrative in place? If that narrative is, I only want to sell it, I only want to buy it, and you have a reason behind it. Now that reason could be, all right, I don't want to go with the main flow. I want to catch the quick snapback using, say, a Kylie. So you put a Kylie into place. You watch for its locking point. That's your entry point as soon as it's broken. If you're going with general direction, principle is exactly the same. But what are they? Well, that's what they are. So you would go, right, soon as I see a break, that's my entry candle. So in this case, it's that one for today. And if it was earlier on, well, it would be that one. And you still take very little heat down. You're working with the general direction all the time, the double D. Now, there's also certain elements of this chart that can confuse you. Now, there's a lot of chitter-chatter this morning in the group about the gap on the FTSE because of the news. But if you look at the narrative of what's bounced around sort of smart money concepts and sort of fair value gaps and everything, say, oh, it has to fill. It's an imbalance and all of this sort of thing. Well, not necessarily, because that one hasn't filled. Doesn't fill all the time, guys. All it means is it's just been a push on the market. And eventually it'll fill, because that's what the markets do. They go up, they come down, they go backwards, all sorts of stuff. Sideways, rather. And that's it. So it'll go up, it'll push down, it'll consolidate, it might push down a bit, and then shoot back up again. It's just what markets do. All right. So the way to trade a gap is get yourself, well, I'll have to put the drawings back on, which I have. Just get yourself a little rectangle and draw it in the same color or rough color as what your chart is. So for me, green is up. There you go. Now just trade it as a chart. Dead simple. So you've eliminated that from your psychology. You're now just looking at a solid chart. So in this scenario, there was a general narrative to the up. And you're right in what you're saying. If you look at, say, an hourly, and you look at your indicators, this is kind of where things are. Where are we at? So this is today's chart. The narrative is up. Until that comes back into range, it's up. Okay? It's dangerous because it is excessively overbought. But it can stay there for quite a while. And as you can see, it's done it on a number of occasions. And when I say about a while, few hours. Okay? So it can still stay there. So as long as the general direction is up and you're only looking for ups, then all you would need to do is drop to your 15-minute chart or your 5-minute chart, whatever, and look for a break of an area of interest. Now, we use golden eye zones, so you can look for golden eye zone breaks. You can look for Fibonacci breaks, whatever. Doesn't matter. That is your trigger candle right there. And then you just follow the notion of the general trend of the market. Simple stuff. Now, there are other ways you can do it. Now, if you're looking for a reversal from the trend, then you can use something like this. But you've got to be very aware that if you're going against the trend, you could get caught on the wrong side of a trade. So if you're down on, say, a 5-minute chart and you're looking for a quick snap, well, vertical. That is there. So it came back down onto range at that point, which is this candle here. You drop your order underneath it, but you know that you're getting out relatively quick. Order comes in, gets picked up, and you're out when it touches the moving average. Quick scalp, and that's an easy way to do it. So the essence of what you're talking about is try not to look just for the in. You know, if you're looking just for the in and think that's how you're going to make money, you've got no chance. You could get into the market just by flicking a coin. You go, right, I'm ready. There's my mouse. It's 9 o'clock. Click. Your money's made what you do after pressing that button. You know, because now you're going to manage that trade. And you've either got to manage it to a positive or a negative expectation. But either way, it has to be in the confines of what you can control. So if your profit taken is X, the investment you put on the table must be X as well. So you're not losing more than you're willing to lose, but you're getting what the market is willing to give. And where will it give it? The next bounce point. So you've got to ask yourself, is it worth it? And this is what makes or breaks the trader. Now, prior to pressing that button, you need to do your homework by getting the general direction into place. And that's what your 3-click biases and things do, because you'll never do it from a single time frame. You need to do multi-time frame analysis, get an overall view of the market, and that overall view of the market, as long as you have that direction pretty much nailed down, they'll forgive your bad entry. And your trigger candle, it just happens to be the candle that you press when it goes to an area of the chart that is of interest. Hope that helps. And as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.